This is just a short video to show how to use this TradingView app. When you first open it up, you get the watch list, and it will show most of these, but not all of the crypto will be shown here. You'll probably only have about 2 or 3 of these show up. So the first thing to do would be, if you wanted to add further cryptos to it, you go on the plus sign at the top there and add them to your watch list. So what's a new coin who knows. But anyway, if you can't find the coin you're looking for on this list, you use the search at the top, and let's say we wanted to add Luna and we couldn't find it. Luna USD. The USDTs would be the Tether version, so avoid them and you won't get confused. But Luna USD, here we go. Now there's numerous ones of this Luna USD chart here, all from different different crypto exchanges. I'm going to go with Binance, but you can choose like Gemini or Femex, whichever one you prefer. So adding Luna to the bottom of the list there, and I'll use Luna as my example chart, because a lot of my other charts on there I've already got different tools used on them. Now Bitcoin's just dropped today, so if you wanted to check out Bitcoin, this is what I mean by I've got different tools on here. So at the bottom here I've got this, you can use one finger just to slide these up and down. This is cash money flow. So you can see now cash money flow on Bitcoin is curved over and it's heading downwards, and we're making lower lows and lower highs, which means Bitcoin's heading in a downward trajectory there. Looking at the top part of the chart here, if you double click either the bottom indicator there, again you can slide it down with the one finger, double click again to bring back your chart, or double click the top. Oops, I've double clicked the indicator, and again the indicator. I'm not sure how to do the full screen when I've got these indicators on here, so we'll come back to this bit. But yeah, normally double clicking in the top chart here will expand it to full screen. Just going back to a watch list and back to Luna and show it a little easier here. I've already got a few indicators on here. The the green trend line underneath it is one of the indicators I use just to see the trend of the candles on the day. And you can turn that on and off, and you can use different indicators, but my favorite one on this phone at least is the cash money flow at the bottom here. But yeah, this hasn't got the other indicators on, like the fib retracement. So if I double click, I can extend this here. Down the bottom here you can see the volume, and the green and red lines here are the trend lines. So when the asset's going down, it'll be red, and when it's going up, you'll see green at the bottom. It's currently just starting a red trend on Luna. So we've got a little bit of a red coming in here on the trend. That can change from candle to candle, but normally it lasts quite a few candles when the trade kicks in, but it just depends on the market and the asset. Anyway, so If I want to change this from 15-minute candles, I'd go up to the 15 here next to the Lunar USD, click that, and that'll bring up a menu with all different time frames on. And if I want to look at the hourly, I'll click the hour. And what I can see here on Lunar is we're looking at, so down the bottom right corner here, we've got auto. So I can't move up and down with the chart, only left and right. But if I turn off auto, down the bottom right hand corner here, I can then move up and down with the chart. What I was going to say is what I can see forming on here looks like a big bull flag on Lunar, but part of the top part of the flag here looks like it's in a channel. So it's hitting the top parts of the channel there and bouncing, and then it's hitting the bottom parts of the channel and then again bouncing back up. So if I want to draw a channel, I would go on the left hand side here at the tool menu, and I believe the channel's on the third one down if you include the menu button there, and it'd be parallel channel, fifth from the bottom there. I'll select parallel channel. I'm starting at the top of the channel. You have to line it up with your finger, which is not very easy on the phone because you can't see where it is, but once you're lined up, just tap it once, he says. I seem to have tapped it twice. Alright, so tap again and then delete it if you go wrong. Start again, grab the parallel channel, that looks good to me. So tap once, drag it down the shape of the channel or the length of the channel. I don't like to include the candle wicks, but you can. Tap again and then open the channel up to as wide as you want it. Let's say around there. And that would be how you draw a channel. That doesn't mean that Lunar USD is going to stick to that channel. It may break out to the upside, it may break down. But either way, it looks like it's staying in that channel for now, until it breaks out in one direction or the other. What else could we do here? There are numerous tools on the left hand side here, and I only know a few of them, so I can't show you them all in that sense, but yeah. Alright, so going back onto the time scale here, change it to the 4 hour. And the channel's still valid, but it looks a little less defined. What I would do actually is select the channel if I can, delete it, bring the scale down a little just so it fits on the screen here, and add a fib retracement here if I wanted to see what the levels are that Lunar could possibly hit here. I think it's fib retracement, which is the 4th menu down, and it's the top of that 4th menu. And this one again, you start at the top, I believe, click it once and then drag it down to the bottom level, wherever that is, and click again. It's not exact, but yeah. So these are the sort of levels that you'd be looking at. If you want to drag that over, you drag this top ball here, blue ball, and just move it sideways. You have to be quite quick or the menu will pop up, just to adjust that. That looks about right. Tap outside of the fib retracement to get rid of that. And I think I missed the bottom there a tiny bit, so let's adjust that. Again, be quick when you move or you'll get the menu up. And that's how you would judge what levels your asset's going to move between. As you can see, from the bottom there to the top of this first red area here, it respected the levels quite well. It hit the bottom a couple of times, once went through it and then recovered. But the top of that, it hit it about 4 or 5 times there before eventually breaking through. It then found resistance again at this green level here before breaking through that and several other layers until it got to the $44 level here where this fib retracement hit again. It's now retracing, but it's then respecting this level down here at $40.80, around there. But fib retracements are good tools to figure out, you know, where an asset might bounce or where it might bottom out, depending on the different levels and that. Again, if you double click inside here, you can bring up your indicators at the bottom there as well, and you know, double test your theories. Another tool that I like to use is the speed fans. Again, that's on the 4th menu down on the left hand side here, and it's 6 from the bottom. Fib speed resistance fan. Now, I can't remember if this is dragged from the top or the bottom, but let's do it the same. So line it up at the top here, doesn't have to be exact, you can adjust it, and then drag it down to the bottom. Now this one is the opposite way around, so let's add that and delete it, grab it again, 6 from the bottom, and start at the very bottom. I'm going to use this wick here as my starting point and drag it all the way up to the top here. That looks about right, and add that. So that's another tool you can use. Now you can see, if I stretch this out a little bit here, again these levels are respected in a diagonal sense as well. This long red candle here has hit this fib, not sure which one that is, but yeah, it's the 0.25 that this red candle here has hit, and then it's bounced back up and it's hit the next level up, which is now struggling to get through. But once it gets through that, you know, the next couple of levels up will probably offer some resistance too. But that's another good tool to use to see you know, why your asset is struggling to get through a certain area, even if it's not on the fib retracement levels. Alright, so what else could we do here? Showing the parallel channel, fib retracement, speed fans. It's pretty much all I use, really. Some of the indicators you can use are all listed here. So super trend is the one that I've got on here with the green and the red trend lines here. It's a pretty good one. I've got Deemer on. I'm not sure what Deemer is. Let's hide that. Alright, so Deemer is DMAs, double EMAs, which you can't actually see with the trends and that. Still a little difficult to see with the super trend on as well. But if I was to zoom right in, you can see like an orange line that follows the EMA, follows the trend. That would be the double EMAs. Not so easy to see when you've got so many different things on screen there, but yeah, these are what I would use to, just give me a general idea of what an asset's doing and why it's doing it. But yeah, there's not many others I would use here. If you want to bring up the different indicators from the bottom here, first of all, let's get rid of the double EMAs by hitting the cross here, where you select the indicator and then hit the cross to get rid of it. You can use three different indicators with the free version of TradingView. There's my favorite indicator, double EMA. But I hit the down arrow there. If you hit the actual indicators button and go to built-ins, you get a whole list here of different indicators, and I advise you to check them out. The fib extension and the fib retracement, auto fib extension, auto fib retracement, does the same thing as the tool we've just used there, but it sets it automatically. So if I was gonna hit the fib retracement, that will now show up. Now bear in mind you're limited to 3. Another one I'd use is the double EMAs, just to get a general idea of whether it's above or below the EMA. Also use the MACD. You can use the MACD strategy, which kind of gives indication of buy and sell, but yeah, I just prefer the MACD on its own, and they will pop up down the bottom here. He says, right, yeah, the MACD's popped up down the bottom here, and you can see at the moment we're above the 0 on the MACD, as well as the money flow, but we're curving over and could be heading into a downtrend shortly on the 4 hour. If you change the time scale, you get a different picture depending on the time scale. So on the time scale here, we're already heading down on the cash money flow, and we're already in a bearish MACD, heading into an even more bearish MACD at the bottom here. But again, we're above the 0 level here, so if that was to turn around and go back up, then we could end up in a green MACD shortly. Let's move this along. You can see the trend over the last few hours. We're quite high up on the MACD here, but we've been quite high up in comparison to the last few hours, so I would expect to pull back on that and maybe even go into the sub-0 levels. Just going by the MACD trend there. It's not impossible to go back up, but yeah, money flow heading down, MACD heading down and in the red territory. I would assume it's further down movement there, at least on the hourly, which means if you can bind that with these levels here, looks like we're going to bounce at this diagonal fib level here and head back down, making a lower high. Probably bounce again at this fib retracement level before heading back up. Failing that, could even go down to the next diagonal fib speed fan level. But yeah, this is how I would have a look at an asset and use these tools on TradingView in pretty good detail. If you want to close any of these off, like the MACD, just select the title of it and hit the X, and same with cash money flow. Then you can start again using different indicators just to double check your theories on that, and same here with the volume. I'm not going to turn the volume off. I like that on, and I wouldn't know where to find it again. So alright, indicators, and what else would I use to have a look at things? Divergence indicator is pretty good. MACD cross. So there's loads of different ones you can choose from there. There's the RSI and triple EMAs. See what they look like. So that would be the stock RSI, indicating that we're below the average. We're not below the 0 level yet, but we're not above the 100 either. So on the hourly, it's we have got room for a bit more upward movement on the stock RSI there. The EMAs, you can barely see them, I would say. But yeah, the blue line underneath here is the EMA, and it kind of gives you an idea of where we're heading, or whether we're above or below the EMA. We're currently above the EMA, so we've got some support there to stop us from going down, but there's no guarantee we won't break through that and head further down. Using that in confluence with the stock RSI here, I would say it's very possible we'll bounce on that and try again to break through this this Fibonacci speed fan resistance and try and hit the 42.3 level there. Let's see if I can get rid of this. Is the one that I created, and this is the auto trend one here. If I hit the auto again, now we're hidden behind here, but this is the automatic retracement tool here. Bring it down from the auto so you can see what I mean. This is the one I created, and this is the auto level that we're looking at here, which is a lot more neater than mine, but yeah. It's pretty good to use the auto, but then you have to scale it. You can actually scale it with one finger. I've been using 2 fingers to try and scale it for the last few months, and it's really annoying because it don't work very well. But yeah, one finger will scale any of these, and then if you hit the auto, it will automatically scale for you. But yeah, we've hit the bottom of this resistance level here, the 382. Now we're going back up to try and give the 236 a crack. But as you saw by the speed fan resistance level there, that's what's actually stopping us climbing higher at the moment. But we do have the EMAs underneath, so we're stuck between that EMA support and the speed fan resistance, and that's why we're not shooting up to the moon and through this this retracement level at this point. Give it give it 10-15 minutes, or the next candle, things will change, and it'll make a decision whether it's going to break through that or not. But yeah, you can't control the price, you can only predict what it might do, and you use these indicators to figure out what's the next move. Is it a good buy zone? Should I sell the asset? But yeah, hope you learned a few things from this, and yeah, good luck in your trading view. Great. So using the app or even in your browser.